said women are choosing to be single and dealing with less because y'all sat here and gave us so much on why we should be doormats to y'all emotions.
Come on, Randy.
Opposed to taking accountability for the fact that you ain't healed yourself from the up.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. It sounded good. It sounded like she had a lot of fire and passion behind it, but it made zero sense. Like, let's just be honest. That's not why a lot of women are single. A lot of women are single because they are most of the time waiting for a particular type of man or a particular man to be available. And if that guy is not available, instead of dealing with the options that are around them, they will rather hold their breath and hold out on the outside chance that that man will walk up on her doorstep. I'd say that it's not gonna happen. But meanwhile, she's still dating, she's still smashing, but a lot of these guys are not her ideal, and therefore they don't get the respect, therefore the relationship doesn't go anywhere, and therefore it becomes an endless cycle. Don't let the kids get involved. Because how many times are we gonna see that?
You really want to talk about it?
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, y'all are healing from pain or trauma that a black man is induced, whether that be a romantic partner or your dad's. That's one.
Okay.
Because of that, the way that you speak to, of, and about black men is either somewhere in the basement or it's non-existent, or pales in comparison when you're speaking about either gay black men or the LGBTQ plus community. Mm-hmm. Now, black men have been saying for some time in other ways, hey, you guys are forgetting about us, or we can't do it without you, or you're hiding us, or you're shelving us, and we're only here to act as a support system for y'all. It started when y'all was cutting us out of those fucking Instagram pictures. Y'all was only showing our watch. I'm serious. Y'all was only showing the check. The provider and the that was getting up, going to work, busting his ass. Y'all was hiding him.
Preach.
You know who y'all wasn't hiding? Y'all gay best friend.
Preach.
Okay.
For the last 5, 6, 7, or 8 years, it's almost like you can't even get ahead as a woman in entertainment if you don't
Preach, brother.
highlight the gay best friend.
Okay.
So
Now-
the same things that we're saying about Hollywood, like, it pains me when I always hear my sisters argue for the men that want to wear dresses, but never argue for the like us.
My man talk, brother Joe.
And that exists. And then my thing is, I could hear you if you was f***ing a black man.
Huh?
Because then you kind of understand a little bit, or you going home to kick it with one, or even with your views, you have other views to bounce that off of.
We could have related.
But it's never that black man in sight when y'all get to talking that
Talk.
and I can tell when I'm listening to y'all.
We can.
Damn, I gotta check out that full episode, but Joe was kind of going off. He was spitting there. It's true. It's like a lot of. I was talking to a friend the other day about this. A lot of media has been set up in opposition to straight black men. You know, it's honest. You know what I mean? There's no place for straight men unless you go out and independently do it for yourself. And the pushback that we get when we do see straight men standing up for themselves, talking about issues that they want to talk about, a lot of times it's under attack. Because they want to say it's misogynist or they want to say it's something else. No. It's just out of the norm of what you're used to hearing. And that is a threat in some ways. And unfortunately, it's a reality we have to deal with because of the way the business is set up. You know, people are hiring who their friends are or who their close associates are. And so therefore, if you're not in that circle, you don't get any consideration. In fact, you get castigated, set aside. And he's also talking about they do that, a lot of women are doing that in their personal lives as well. And I think it's because of that risk reward, that reward that's there for being that ally in some cases. But to tell the truth, you know, a lot of it's window dressing.
9 times out of 10, y'all are healing from pain or trauma that a black man is induced, whether that be a romantic partner or your dad's. That's one.
Okay.
So, and then also you're seeing your father in every man that you encounter, every man that you have a relationship with. That's going to cloud your judgment. That's going to put you in a position where you're unfairly judging people. You either hold your father up to a high standard and no man can reach it, or you hate your father, and all men are just like him. This is a problem, and unfortunately, unless these things are dealt with, and this is the thing, we never get to talk about this because any bit of scrutiny, it's bashing. You know what I mean? That's the mode of today. Any bit of scrutiny is bashing. So we never get to talk about these issues, and then when we do, it's always shouted down or reversed. Or what about the men? It's really sad.
Because of that, the way that you speak to, of, and about black men is either somewhere in the basement or it's non-existent.
Yeah, that's the bias that we talk about. There's a lot of bias out here. You gotta automatically assume a black man is doing something nefarious, or he is a deadbeat, or he's this or that, just for comfort, just for the sake of having an opposing force. And so therefore, a lot of black men in particular, we get viewed as an ultimate enemy. You can bring up this whole Brickgate situation. As soon as that story dropped, every woman had turned on the black men, decided they were going to start carrying weapons and all types of stuff, and then every black man is now a threat. You know, and it was like they were waiting for that moment, and all the facts hadn't been put out, and still to this day, all the facts aren't out. I'm seeing stuff that's really disturbing. I really don't want to do a story on it because, you know, I don't believe anybody should be hit in the face with a brick, but a lot of this stuff is murky. And instead of like trying to figure it out and quick to say this black man is a boogeyman, a monster.
Or pales in comparison when you're speaking about either gay black men or the LGBTQ plus community. Now, black men have been saying for some time, in other ways, hey, you guys are forgetting about us, or we can't do it without you, or you're hiding us, or you're shelving us, and we're only here to act as a support system for y'all. It started when y'all was cutting us out.
I had somebody refer to it as a lot of men are used as toilets. They're only there for sexual pleasure and emotional support. Like, the rest of it, we're really feeling that now as men. It's like, you know, like, that's not a good place to feel you are. You feel used in a lot of situations, and that's why when you see these get the bag coaches and they're telling you what to do to get after a man and get his money, and, you know, in as few steps as possible, you start to feel that, and the animosity, it grows. And unfortunately, you know, it grows more for some men than others, because a lot of men in this system are also benefiting from that unfairness, that negativity, you know. It's like they'll put up with a lot from a man that's got him on a yacht. Well, that rhymed. I should be a rapper, right? I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. If you want to watch more, please watch one of these videos down below. This is Faucette Media.